Hello and welcome back everyone to City Skylines. So yes, for those of you who've been on top of things in Spooktober and have been paying attention, yeah, new computer. This is all very, hopefully when the city gets bigger there won't be intense lag now, because there is, oh my god, City Skylines, you are loud by default. Jeez. We're gonna turn you down to like 40%. That's just... like, it was loud before, but that's just a little bit overboard loud. That's better. Okay, now I can actually talk. Welcome back. Yeah, new computer. Getting, used to things. Making sure that everything's working. Getting all the mods on here again was, that was fun. But, we're back. So... without further ado, look at our beautiful highway system we made. It's working perfectly, at least with the very small population we have right now. But next up, we wanted to move over here to these flat tracts of land that are pretty much perfect for settling. All we have to do is break a little bit into this highway and create an outlet. Now this area is going to be pretty much, it's actually going to be nicer than this area, because this area is all bumpy. It actually messes with the land a lot, but this is flat. It is grade A land for building a city, which is why we want it, and which is why we're going to take it by force. Mwahaha. Yeah, we're gonna make a bit of space. This is challenging. The slope, that's a problem. Oh, come on. That's really not that bad. Why is it going to complain? This is gonna be really expensive. I can already call it. Oh, geez. The very slow landscaping. I think we're gonna have to do something else other than this smooth tool. I think we're going to actually have to, by hand, flatten things out a bit. And we'll go down to this level right here. So this is gonna be rather expensive and kind of ugly, but maybe, just maybe. Oh, now we just don't have enough money for it. That's messed up. We just got everything all set and now we don't have enough money. Let's pop that back a little bit. And, oh my... jeez, that used all... oh no. Okay, so we just disconnected the entire city, and we don't have enough money to actually put the highway back. How much does this cost? Oh, okay, now we can afford it. So that's why that loan's there, in case you accidentally delete the only entrance into your city. Yeah, now we're using both our loans. We have to be really careful now. But here we are. That's better. Everything's going to be fine. How are you guys? Yeah, I know you can't actually respond to that question through the screen, but it's yeah, okay. I'm going to just get really triggered at this because this is not working how it's supposed to. Let's just build out the wall a little bit, hope that it gets less steep and that we're able to, like, force it. Come on. I believe in you. You can do it. Nope. Is it money that's the problem? I think it's money that's the problem. Okay, it's money that's the problem. That we can fix, because we can wait patiently. Even though the entire city is cut off and things are gonna start going really badly, it's fine. No reason to be, worried. Okay, so, all this stuff is being suggested to me because it's technically new. It's annoying. We should probably have the way in working. If the way out isn't working, that's fine. We just have to make sure that people can get into the city. We'll trap them. We'll trap them in the city and make sure they never leave. Our profits are dropping as our population drops. This is an issue. Come on. There we go. We have a way to get in now. That's good. Very good. Now we just have to get that, and we're going to be all set. So yeah, I did not think it was going to be so expensive. I didn't know we were going to have to basically murder a hill over here. But one step at a time, we're getting closer to what we want. Which is to take over the world. It appears that people are upgrading their housing, which is getting our population back up again. Over 3,000, yay! Okay, so as the city expands, we can kind of just wait here until we have money. Very exciting stuff. Look at those nice roads. All the people, all the cars, they're having a great time. How's the bus situation, actually? I got rid of them, didn't I? I got rid of them, yes. That's something I did. Because they were over here, and then we had to put the highway through. So it didn't really make any sense to not move them. Well, we didn't really move it. We just got rid of it temporarily. And here we go. Now you can leave the city. Everything is back to how it was before, except now we have the room to expand. Very, very exciting stuff. We're going to have to build a bridge across here. Well, 2 bridges across here, which is going to be very expensive. And so we're going to hold off on buying anything. We're going to try to pay off our loans, though, because our loans are going to be a huge problem in the future. Can't we just unlock high-density residential? Because a high-density residential would solve pretty much all of our problems. Though, I want to squeak a bit of residential in because we need more. We don't have enough. We're 3/4 of the way, not really, 3/5 of the way there. It's pretty bad. Because we've used this much land in an attempt to get to that one point. And it's disappointing, because this is a ton of land we've used. It's giant. But have no fear, any moment now. Oh, I have to actually fix this, because reinstalled. I need to disable jet planes. Boop. I need to make it so the only thing that can spawn is the space shuttle, which it can. Okay, there we go. So now space shuttles will come by instead of planes, which it was supposed to be in the first place. But new computer, yay! I'll have details on it soon, so that you guys can, like, try to get one-up me with a slightly better computer and then post in the comments about it and laugh at me. But yeah, going pretty well. So when it comes to it, we can look around our beautiful city, and there isn't really much for people to do. We should probably work on the park situation sometime. Let's see the land value. Actually, the land value isn't terrible considering most of the cities on the coast. Throughout here, there's actually quite a bit of land value, and right here, it goes pretty high. Now, not that high. Slightly above not terrible. I guess we have a bit of work to do, but over here is where we're going to see the nicer housing pop in soon. What are these guys at, 4? Some of them are at 4. Some of them are at 1, though, so I guess it's kind of random at this point. 7,000. Think about just adding more people right over here. I mean, there's land. How to add more population? Well, I have an idea. We're going to create a very, very low quality road along here just to fit in a bit more. We'll have people coming along the coast. We'll have a small community of people following the river. Of course, it's going to cost the amount of water pipe and road. But compared to most, this is actually a really cheap extension onto the city. And it's going to hold a lot of people because of a ton of tiny houses that are all going to fit like one family. So you know what? It's better than nothing. And it's going to create a nice little area across the river. Not everything is evil. Some things just look nice. Although we can touch it up. It's kind of expensive though, so... Oh, busy town. Now we get tourism, some stuff, and roads. We get more roads. That's nice. Police, fire. Oh, does that mean I actually have to worry about everything now? Although I did see fires before, so that must have all been enabled already. So we're fine. Yeah. We're going to try to smooth this all out, make it look a bit better. Hopefully it doesn't... Oh, that kind of murdered any housing that was going to go there, didn't it? Okay, we're going to switch ourselves to really small mode and build out some place for housing. Yes, lots of housing area. Trying my best here to make it the height of the road, because the height difference makes it really hard for people to build housing. People don't want to build their housing on like a giant cliff. I wonder why. But now let's see if we've improved the situation. Not really. I mean, it looks a little bit better now. There's actually land up here that we could have a little community on too. Look at all the tiny houses. Oh, shoot. I've made a mistake. Should these just be normal houses over here? I think that maybe this shouldn't be all IT. We'll just have a normal neighborhood over here. This will be the poorer area that isn't like completely technology-fied. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to build a little grid. Because there's a lot of land here we can take advantage of. More than I originally thought. And if we do this, we can probably fit a very nice amount of people into this area. Okay, let's be very careful about this. Make sure that it won't ruin our traffic. Yeah, it won't ruin our traffic situation, which is pretty much just terrible in the first place. Then, that road isn't exactly even there, is it? We can go here, which is technically halfway in between. And that actually gives us a very large area that we can fit people into. These roads are going to be upgraded in a second, don't worry. I wasn't expecting to make this such a large section of the city, so... Also, I forgot a ton of stuff. It's fine. We're gonna get it all dealt with in a second. Okay, so now that all of that's zoned, let's do two things. First up, let's upgrade these roads. We're just going to do a nice... double lane. Oh, we can't actually for all of it. Whoops. That's an issue. Well, let's do everything we can. Well, maybe we can just have the main road be double and then everything else be dirt. I don't think dirt roads have like that big of a disadvantage for this like small area that's only residential. I don't think it'll like destroy. Well, we'll see. We'll see the result. Now this is some pretty interesting gridding I'm doing here. I'll be honest, it's not pretty, but it'll work. It gets a little bit more zoning out of it. Although I'm probably destroying more than I'm getting, but sometimes that's the case. Okay, zone up everything new. And there we go. We've got a very, very low quality area for people to live. But it's important because it packs more people into the city, and we really need to fit another 1,000 people in. Aside from moral arguments, this is something that needed to be done. So no complaining. Actually, to make them happy, we will give them some commercial up here. There we go. But the population is rising. Not at a super impressive rate, but it is going up. Look at this little community. Sure, their backyards are cliffs, their houses are strangely built because of it, and they have the worst roads ever, but it's a pretty nice small community. And it has enough size to fit in probably enough people to push us to our next milestone. Look at that. That number is going up, and that's all that matters right now. It's all that matters. It's a game of numbers. We can see that the freight trucks from over here are doing great. The mining industry is beginning to send out a lot of ore. And that's good. Ore is great. What we need, though, is we need them to start moving up here where the majority of the ore is. They're gonna start, yeah, they're already beginning to mine this dry, the bottom. But up here, there's a ton of ore, and they're just kind of ignoring it. Ignoring it? Ha ha ha. That was a good one. Not really. I'll be quiet. So, how are these guys doing? Look at the little community springing up. It's pretty nice. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible. We can see more and more people moving in. Hopefully this road won't be oversaturated with people. Do. How are you guys doing? This bridge is actually getting a lot of views. I'm slightly concerned. I think I may make a way for the trucks here to go above, or just plug in directly to the highway. That may be a better solution. Because if they plug in directly to the highway, they'll be able to get their freight across much, much faster. So let's look into that. How would we do this? We'd create a... Okay, so this is going to destroy some housing. But it's going to have to come up through here. People don't like it. Yeah, most people don't like a big highway being built through your house is usually a downside. But let's see if they actually use this. This should technically give them a free way to get onto the highway. And I'm hoping one person has used it. I'm hoping that when they're exporting their freight, they will think about using that instead. And one of them did. Two of them did. So, yeah, if it's being used, we're going to keep it, because it's actually not a horrible idea. Yep, they are definitely using that. So that is a solution to some traffic. It's going to skip going through this heavy avenue, and instead go directly onto the highway. I'm happy with that. And let's see over here. This is building up beautifully. Look at that. That's a nice little community there. It's, very nice. I'm liking it. And look at that, our population is actually getting close to the threshold. We're getting close. We're almost there. Thank you, very poor town. I appreciate all of you. So, considering we're on another planet, this isn't that bad of a first colony, you know? We've built up some great stuff. Oh no, I'm missing something. Okay, guys, I apologize. I'm missing the Spook Vooper theme. I forgot to copy that off of my hard drive before I formatted it. It's okay. I'll make a new one. Calm down. We may have a few videos without it, but if I didn't notice for that long, I'm hoping other people didn't notice for that long. But it will be back, trust me. At some point. I probably should have brought attention to it. Yeah, that's one thing I lost. Okay, so we will get that at some point. Don't worry. I'll remake it and it'll be better this time. So watching this, so our population is growing rather quickly. We have basically added a fourth onto it. We have a lot of adults. How's our education going? We have enough elementary schools. We barely have enough high schools. We can add a high school over... Oh, we're having power issues too. Okay, so let's take care of those first. Because electricity is more important than education. Totally. Teachers across the world. Gasp. There we go. Electricity is set up. And now we're going to set up a new high school. And I don't know if we're going to set it over here or if we're going to set it over here. Why is this cheap? Really? This is cheaper than that. Huh. This high school's even cheaper. They're actually all priced differently. So that's over here, so let's put it over here where the land value is actually kind of low. We'll put it next to the cemetery. And there we go, we have a lot of happy people. Let's see what that did to the land value. It increased it a bit, now there's a bit more dark blue around here. Does this decrease? Does that decrease land value? Huh, that's strange. Look at the amount of noise over here, geez. There's like no noise over here, which is nice for the people who choose to live there. There's literally no noise here. So what's all the noise over here all about? What is this? Oh, stores. That makes sense. And of course, the stores are going to have our trucks, which are going to carry stuff to them. So that makes sense. There's not much we can do about that. So, what's next? We have everything kind of set up, so once we have, I think, $50,000 in reserves, we're going to build across here. Low land value? What do you mean low land value? It's not that low. Jeez. You're only a level 3. One person moved out. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not too worried about that. I'll be completely honest. Lots and lots of people are moving into the city. This is very, very good. Honestly, we should make a way to get over to the mining district from here, because then people can work there. Yay! Sending people to work in the mines. Okay, so now that that's up there, we're actually going to go here, and bam. Now people can actually go across this nice wooden bridge and go to work. That'll actually save a lot of traffic. Because currently to get to work, they have to go down here, across here, up here, and around here. Which isn't the most efficient way. And let's, at the same time, check there is ore all the way down here. So we can actually zone that as well some point if we want to. So let's make sure there's water there so that if we decide to zone it, it's all ready. What a nice community we've built up over here. Very fancy. The houses aren't very impressive and the roads aren't very impressive, but there's some potential, and that's what matters. Great, great potential. The trees are kind of freaking out. We're losing a few. We're losing a few. I think, yeah, they don't like the cemetery. Okay. Got it. I don't know why they don't like the cemetery, but they don't like it. Okay, so our population is about to hit the threshold, and once that happens, our city is going to explode in population. It's going to set off a ripple that will change the entire planet of Spook Vooper, because all that's holding us back is the size of the buildings, limiting the amount of people, and once that restriction is taken off, we're going to quickly, like, go up at least 10 times in size, and the highest level buildings hit like 100 people each, and we're at 1 each. So we could potentially hit 400,000 if every single one of those upgraded. Not really, because they're about... A lot of these are tiny little homes, so only the big spaces can turn. So let's just say 1/4. We can definitely hit 100,000 with the amount of space we have set out right now. And that's going to start in 3, 2, 1. 1/2. Oh, why are you going in the other direction? 3, 2, 1, go! Yay! We're at a big town, and now things get so interesting. So you know what? To celebrate, we're going to zone our first... we're going to de-zone all of these blocks, and we're going to set them all to high density. That's going to be the first thing we do. This is now the high density block. Or the high density blocks, because it's like 20 blocks. But we're gonna let these replace themselves with much bigger buildings, and we're gonna watch as our population skyrockets. Well, I think everyone's busy moving in over here, so they may not move in over here for a little bit. Oh, here we go! Our first big buildings are coming in. Come on. So these buildings, compared to the one-person buildings, are going to hold 23 households. How much is this? 48. Here comes the population explosion. 14. So we're already back in the positive. And here it goes. Look at that. The population is booming, and it's only just begun. Look how quickly it's rising. This is ridiculous. Yes! Apartments are amazing. Let's go. Build the apartments. Get all the people. The bigger ones hold 48, and that's not even close to the biggest. It's the biggest we have. It's not the biggest possible. So we just hit 4,000, and now we're over 5,000. We're quickly rising to the point where we're gonna surpass 6,000 soon. Wow. Okay, so we have a huge rush in just everything right now. The entire city is about to boom. It's going to be a golden age of new Vooperis. This is going to change everything. We're becoming a real city. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!